What if I told you the person holding you back is you? Not your friends, not your family, not your past, not the economy, not your education. You let that settle for a moment, because the truth is, we fight so many battles on the outside, but we lose the war inside. The hardest enemy to defeat is not the person who betrayed you, the boss who overlooked you, or the world that ignored you. It's the version of you that tells you you're not good enough. It's the part of you that whispers you'll never make it. It's the inner voice that feeds you fear when you dare to dream, that doubts you every time you try, that stops you from speaking up, from showing up, from growing up. Let me tell you something, until you face that person in the mirror, nothing changes. Because you can change your clothes, your job, your city, but if you don't change your mindset, you're just running in circles. Let's be honest, how many times have you talked yourself out of something you wanted? You saw the opportunity, you had the chance, but you said, maybe I'm not ready. You said, I'll do it later. You said, what if I fail? And you gave up, not because the world stopped you, but because you stopped you. That's how most people lose. Not because they're weak, not because they lack talent, but because they never win the war inside. They feed the fear and starve the courage. They replay the same old stories over and over. I've always been like this. I don't have what it takes. It's too late for me. But let me ask you this, what if you stopped believing that? What if you looked in the mirror and said, I'm done playing small. I'm done playing scared. Because fear will always be loud. But you don't have to listen. It's not the outside world that defines your future, it's your inside world. Think about a seed. It doesn't bloom because someone gives it permission. It blooms because the power to grow was always inside it. Same with you. The strength, the courage, the greatness. The greatness, it's not something you earn later. It's already inside you. It's just been buried under years of doubt, pain, and lies. Real change doesn't happen when you avoid the mirror. It happens when you confront it. When you say, I'm tired of lying to myself. I'm tired of holding back. I'm tired of being my own enemy. It happens when you take full ownership, no blame, no pointing fingers. You see, it's easy to blame others. It's comfortable. It makes us feel safe, but that comfort is a cage. The day you stop blaming is the day you start living. The day you say, this is my life, and I refuse to waste another day doubting myself. That's the moment everything changes. You know what real strength looks like? It's not pretending to be perfect. It's being real enough to say, I've messed up. I've hurt myself. I've let fear win too many times. But not anymore, because self-awareness is a weapon. And once you aim it at your weakness, your habits, your fears, nothing can stop you. That person in the mirror, they don't need more punishment. They need truth. They need healing. They need you to fight for them, not against them. Look back at your life. How many opportunities have passed because you didn't believe in yourself? How many dreams have been delayed because you were scared to take the first step? Now ask yourself, how much longer are you going to wait? Until it's too late? Until you're filled with regret? Or are you going to look in that mirror and say, no more lies, no more fear, no more limits? This is where it starts. Not out there, not tomorrow, not when it's easier, right now, right here. You are stronger than your past. You are wiser than your mistakes. You are more powerful than your fear. But only if you believe it. And that belief, it starts in the mirror. Remember this, if you don't fight for your life, your doubt will fight against it. If you don't speak life to yourself, your silence will drain you. If you don't show up for yourself, no one else will. So today, look in that mirror. Not to fix your hair or your flaws, but to face the real battle. And when you do, don't flinch, don't look away, stand tall, asterisk, because the hardest enemy to defeat is also the one who can become your greatest ally. And once you win that war, the world won't stand a chance. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Let me tell you something that might sting a little, but it needs to be said. Most of us are running around, searching for love, for approval, for some kind of feeling that says, you matter. But here's the hard truth. We're looking in all the wrong places. We scroll through social media, hoping someone will click like. We wait for a text from someone who doesn't respect us. We dress, act, and speak in ways that please others just to be seen, heard, or wanted. We bend ourselves backward to fit into molds we were never made for, all just to feel loved. And in that desperate chase, we lose ourselves. We think, if they like me, I'll be okay. If they want me, I'll be enough. But let me ask you, what happens when they don't? What happens when they walk away? When they choose someone else? When they stop calling? When they stop caring? If your worth is built on someone else's attention, then what do you become when that attention disappears? You become empty. You feel lost, not because you are nothing, but because you gave away the part of yourself that should have been protected, the part that said, I matter even when no one's looking. Here's the trap: chasing love, hoping that someone out there will fill the gaps inside you. But no one can fix wounds they didn't cause. And no one can love you deeply if you don't believe you're worth loving in the first place. We chase external validation while ignoring internal wounds. Think about it. When someone compliments you, it feels good. But if deep inside you feel broken, that compliment becomes a band-aid over a wound that keeps bleeding. You're smiling on the outside, but dying inside, because no one sees the pain behind the pretty pictures. No one knows the nights you cry, wondering why you still feel unloved, even when you're surrounded by people. That's the cost of seeking love outside before finding peace inside. It's like pouring water into a bucket with holes. No matter how much you get, it keeps leaking. The real issue isn't the lack of love from others. It's the absence of love for yourself. And I don't mean standing in front of the mirror chanting, I love me. I mean sitting with your pain, facing your truth, looking at your past and saying, yes, I was hurt, but I won't let those wounds define me anymore. I mean healing from the lies you believed, like I'm not enough, I'm too much, I'm unlovable. Where did those lies come from? Maybe someone abandoned you. Maybe someone betrayed your trust. Maybe your family didn't know how to show love, so you grew up believing love had to be earned, fought for, or begged for. But here's what no one told you. Just because you were hurt doesn't mean you're broken beyond repair. You're not too far gone. You don't need to keep proving your worth. You just need to stop running from yourself, because that's what most of us are doing, running. We distract ourselves with people, relationships, attention, approvals just to avoid sitting with our pain. We think love will fix it, but love won't fix what we refuse to face. Depending on others for self-worth is a never-ending trap. Have you ever tried to please everyone? It's exhausting, because no matter how much you give, it's never enough. One minute you feel appreciated, the next, ignored. One day they love you, the next, they disappear. And just like that, your self-worth shatters. You start asking questions that tear you apart inside. What did I do wrong? Why wasn't I enough? Why does this always happen to me? Let me give it to you straight. Your worth doesn't depend on someone seeing it. The sun doesn't stop shining because someone closes the curtains, and you don't stop being valuable because someone couldn't see your value. Stop waiting for others to tell you who you are. Stop handing people the power to define you. The moment you let someone else be the judge of your worth, you put yourself on a leash, and they'll pull it every time you try to grow, speak up, or walk away. That's not love. That's control. That's fear. That's pain. Real love begins when you stop begging and start believing. Believing that you are enough even when you're alone. Believing that love isn't something you earn, it's something you already deserve. But to believe that you've got to heal, you've got to clean the wounds, even if it stings. You've got to stop covering the pain with people and start facing it with truth. The emptiness is real, but it doesn't have to stay, let's be honest. It's lonely when you finally walk away from people who were your distraction. You feel the silence, and it's loud. But that silence is where the healing begins. That emptiness, that's not the end. It's the beginning. It's the space where you finally find yourself. It's the place where you stop pretending. It's the moment you say, no more. I will not give my heart to those who treat it like an option. You don't need 10 people liking the fake version of you. You need to love the real version of yourself enough to stand alone when needed. That's real strength. That's real peace. And when you build your life from that place, from wholeness, not desperation, you stop chasing love. Love starts to find you. Healthy love, respectful love, the kind that doesn't demand that you shrink or settle. Final thoughts on this section. You don't need to beg for love. You don't need to perform for approval. You don't need to keep chasing people just to feel seen. Your value isn't decided by how many people want you. It's rooted in how deeply you know yourself. So stop looking for love in all the wrong places. Start finding it where it was always meant to begin, within you. Let me tell you something real right now. This moment you're in, the one where everything feels either too heavy or too hollow, it's not the end of you. It's the beginning. You may not see it yet, but that quiet storm inside you, that's not destruction. That's the sound of something waking up. This is not about motivation for a day or a mood boost that fades. This is about building a fire inside of you that doesn't burn out, a fire that clears away all the false beliefs, the doubts, the fear, the lies you've told yourself, and starts something solid, something real, something that lasts. You've been fighting battles within, battles that no one sees, smiling outside while breaking inside, showing up for others while secretly falling apart when you're alone. And I know that struggle. The nights that stretch too long, the mornings that feel empty, the mirror that reflects a version of you you're tired of pretending to be. But here's the truth. What you're going through isn't weakness. It's the buildup before the shift. You've been planted in pain, but you are not meant to stay buried. This is your chance to rise. And not just rise, but change everything from the inside out. You are the problem, but you are also the solution. And that might sting. That's okay. We need truth more than comfort right now. You see, the first war you must win is not against the world. It's not against your boss, your partner, your past, or your failures. It's against the thoughts in your head that keep telling you that you're not enough, that you're broken, that you're too far gone. The world has told you to shrink, to stay quiet, to play it safe. And you listened. You shrunk to fit into boxes you were never meant to live in. You silenced yourself to please people who never even tried to understand you. You traded your fire for approval, but the price of fitting in was losing yourself. This ends today. This is where we flip the script. This is where we stop begging for love and start building it within. This is where we stop chasing people and start chasing peace. This is where we stop tolerating things just to survive and start choosing things that help us grow. This is where the revolution begins, not outside, not in some fancy place or with a grand announcement. Right here, in your mind, in your heart, in the way you show up for yourself when nobody else does. And let me be honest with you, this revolution is not loud at first. It's quiet. It's that moment when you decide to get up instead of give up. It's when you choose to say no to what drains you, even if it's all you've known. It's when you stop explaining your worth and start living like you know it. We've been taught to doubt ourselves, to look outward for everything valid, love, permission, worth. But no one can hand you back your power. You have to take it. And it begins when you finally decide that enough is enough. Real love, real change starts with truth. And here's some truth. You've betrayed yourself to please others. You've abandoned your own needs just to be accepted. You've stayed in places where you were breaking just because leaving felt scary. And it's time to stop, because if you don't fight for yourself now, you'll lose yourself, piece by piece. And I know you're tired of pretending you're fine. You're tired of showing up like everything's okay when deep down, you're exhausted. So let this be your turning point. Let this be the day you stop playing small. Let this be the day you stop waiting for the perfect moment. Let this be the day you choose you, not in a selfish way but in a necessary way, because self-love is not luxury. It's survival. It's oxygen. You cannot keep pouring from an empty soul. You cannot keep fixing everyone else while falling apart yourself. And don't let the world confuse selfishness with self-respect. Choosing yourself is not betrayal, it's bravery. Look around you, how many people are living but not alive. How many wake up each day on autopilot, numb to life, stuck in routines they secretly hate. You were not born to just survive. You were born to feel deeply, love truly, live fully. And to do that, you've got to start with you. Start telling yourself the truth. You are tired because you've been everything for everyone. You are drained because you've been silent about what you truly need. You are scared because your comfort zone has become your cage. You are not weak, you are wounded, but wounds can heal when you stop hiding them. And now, it's time to heal. It's time to stop performing, stop pretending, stop numbing, stop waiting, and start rebuilding, from your thoughts, from your habits, from your choices. This is not going to be easy. There will be days you'll want to run back to old patterns, days when the pain whispers, this is too much. But let me remind you, so is staying where you are. So is waking up each day hating your reflection. So is living a life you don't even recognize. Any more change hurts, but regret hurts more. So you decide, are you going to keep letting pain define you, or are you going to use it to fuel you? Because your past was your teacher, not your sentence. Your mistakes were lessons, not proof that you're unworthy. Your pain was proof that you still feel, that you still care, that you still want more. And that's beautiful. Because that means there's still hope, there's still life, there's still time. You don't need to become someone else. You need to return to who you were before the world told you who to be. You don't need more need direction. You don't need another. Maybe you need a full body, yes. So take a breath, right here, right now. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to stop lying to yourself. You just need to admit something's not working and that you deserve better. Not someday now. This is your moment. This is your moment. This is the crack in the wall. This is the spark in the dark. And from this spark, you build a fire. Let's break this down step by step, truth by truth. Because if you're going to build a life worth living, it starts with honesty. It starts with courage. It starts with you.